Hey guys, Katie here with For the Love of Leftovers. Thanks for joining me today, this weekend, this video, however you want to view it. This video, I have some really fun things in store for you. We're exploring Belfast, Maine on a solo mom trip, much needed. So come along, I'm going to show you a few places that I'm staying, some food I'm eating, and things to do here on the coast of Maine. So the first thing that I did getting to Belfast, I did get there a bit ahead of time. I had a few hours to kill before getting into the cottage that I was staying at. So downtown Belfast is very similar to any other coastal town or, more of a city area where it's got the downtown area with lots of restaurants, lots of shops. One of the places that I went was this book shop, and this was a really unique bookshop because clearly the owner only stocks it with books that she likes. So there were lots of romances, primarily like romance style novels, which was super fun to see. And then I went to this toy shop, and when I tell you I want to go back here for Christmas gifts because they had some of the coolest toys that I've ever seen. They also had a lot of retro style toys between like old games and things like whoopee cushions and just a lot of really neat things. This was one of the really neat things that I found. It kind of like Legos, but not in the same. They of course had all kinds of magnet tiles, lots of toys that I haven't seen anywhere else. And I mean, this is super cool. I would get this for myself. Isn't that just super neat? It's kind of like Legos, but it's just a little miniature kit. And so lots of cool things. This sticker pad, I remember this from back when I was a kid. So to see some of those kind of more older items, very nostalgic. Like I said, just lots of really cool toys, things that I would totally get for my kids. And even just editing this video, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that. They had a huge sensory area. And so, I mean, if you've got a kid in your life, look at this, slimy, sticky slugs, amusing disguise, all of these like really older style Chinese finger traps. Oh my goodness. I loved this place so much. And when I tell you, I had no idea that gyro wheels were magnetic. I always thought it was just like magic. So there is something for everyone at this store, and it was just so fun to get in there. And I can't tell you the amount of pictures and messages I was sending my husband to be like, look at this, because there were just so many cool things, and clearly things by local artisans who are making things like these little dragons. Those were made by someone local. Those weren't sourced from a big chain place. So you get a really good variety of items at this store. Slime, Play-Doh, there was everything here. You could go here and shop for everyone on your list, get all the things you need for Christmas. It was really fun to explore. We've got a honey vanilla latte, and then this is a herbal lemonade, and I can't even remember what she said all was in it, but it sounded so good. Had to give it a try. That is so good. It's got mint in it, that's right. I'm going to go for the latte. Okay, so I'm at Chase's Daily in Belfast, and I had her pick for me, and I did a pizza and salad combo, and yes, this definitely has carbs in it, so I am not focusing on the keto right now. But this delicious, it's all garden fresh, it's all farm to table, and they are known for their pizza. The this has zucchini, squash, it has a chili crisp. I'm really excited to dig in. This place was absolutely delicious. Everything was amazing. I love going and trying new items in new places because then that gives me an idea of what I can make at home. I would not have thought of doing chili crisp and zucchini and squash on a pizza, and this didn't even have like a tomato sauce on it. It had a different style sauce. So I love doing this just for that, bringing other ingredients, other ideas home, things to, expand my children's palates and give us ideas. These super cute. It was busy at Chase's Daily, and for good reason. So after I left there, I stumbled upon those chairs, which are adorable, and those are painted by local artisans in their place all around downtown Belfast. They're like affixed to the ground, and just a great place to just sit and enjoy your town. They're just absolutely stunning. And then I walked around to look at some of the other shops. This was a secondhand shop, which had some beautiful items in it, but the cost of these items, you would never know that they're secondhand. So that was just an interesting, clearly a tourist area, which, I mean, I'm being a tourist in my own state. I loved this kitchen, this kitchen shop. They had all kinds of really cool things, again, by local artisans. I really love how much Belfast is catering to its local economy. Every store that you go into in Belfast has items and creations from local crafters, local artisans to their area. And it's just really nice to see that kind of support in your own town. Okay, so I did not realize that down in downtown Belfast there's a 2-hour limit as far as parking goes, so I got it just in time and before getting a ticket, because definitely can't afford that on this trip. Okay, so we are now at Goodwill, gonna go check some things out, because the secondhand places that were in downtown Belfast, I'm a little like, what? Like, there was secondhand things for $65. No. No. So we're going to take a trip into Goodwill, and hopefully this is a better Goodwill than mine in the Lewis and Auburn area. I still have about 2 hours to spend out and about before going to my cottage. So yeah, let's go see what we can find. It is super hot here, so I definitely need to look at some sleeveless options. It's not a huge variety or a huge selection of XL, which is what I am right now. Well, I may have hit the jackpot because I'm finding all kinds of Old Navy jeans in here. Definitely going to be checking these out. Loads and loads and loads of glass. Lots of glass varieties. And have some beautiful sets. Okay, so I've got about an hour until I can check in to my cottage. So luckily for me, Moose State Park is right down the street from where I'm staying. So we're gonna get in a little bit of predetermined ocean time, walk through the trails a little bit, and just get a little bit of movement, a little bit of exercise, a little bit of a breeze because it is super hot out today. Well, friends, I made it. I made it to the beach. I knew as soon as I crossed the bridge in Belfast, like Belfast going to Searsport, I can't remember the name of it, I'll put it up on the screen, but as soon as I crossed that bridge, the temperature changed. You could feel the wind immediately. As soon as I crossed that bridge, hopefully you can hear me, as soon as I crossed that bridge, I could feel the temperature shift. I could feel the cool breeze. Like in town in Belfast, it was super hot. There was no breeze, it felt like, just so incredibly hot. But as I got here, as I got to the ocean, I mean, you could smell it coming over the ridge into Belfast. You could smell it, and it just made me so happy. Now I'm finally here at the beach, and I'm at Moose State Park right now. So this isn't the beach across from my cottage. Hopefully the one across the street will be a little more sandy that I can go down to. Here at Moose State Park, there's not exactly a safe way to get down. I mean, I could go down there and go down that way. Very rocky, very seaweedy. I think it's lower tide right now, so that makes sense. But I am just gonna sit here and feel the wind on my face, listen to the waves, and smell that beautiful, salty, algae air. They even have some beautifully landscaped parts. It's not just a state park, like, with nothing done to it. There are trails, there's benches that have been donated. They have different walking paths that you can go on. Looks like maybe there's some sort of man-made something down here on a tree that I'm gonna go check out because I don't know, I just want to. I think I'm partially trying to stall my encounter with the ocean for a little bit longer, because I know it's going to be a bit of an emotional one. So I think I'm trying to stall that a little bit. So we're gonna look at some trees and get some steps in, I guess. We've got all this beauty, and then look at all of the trees. Some sort of wind and dead trees must have just come in here and decimated this area. The thing that I thought was man-made is not. It's just a little stump. Clearly they've got arborists coming in here and trying to clean some things up. There's a whole lot of craziness going on in there, though. This is a very big, very nicely done state park. There are public restrooms, there's a playground, there's lots of trails, like, easy, medium, hard. There's a gazebo, there's plenty of playing field, there's places to sit. There's a lot going on at the state park, and I mean, you can see why. Obviously, it's a very heavily used state park, being right on the ocean there. Has all of these great little sitting places, these benches all dedicated in different persons' memories and things like that, which is always nice to see. And of course, perfectly placed where you can get a view of the ocean to just sit there and relax all along the trail. I only did a little bit of the trail this day just because I was alone and wanted to kind of explore the grounds a bit without getting lost in a trail that I've never been to before. So I went about this far and then I turned around and I went back and started exploring the other grounds of Moose State Park. Also, if you are a veteran in the state of Maine, you can actually get free access to all state parks as a veteran. There's a whole bunch of little cottages all around. It's a motel and cottages, and I cannot wait to show you mine. So don't mind the dirty car. So I am right next to the little check-in, check-out place, which is fantastic. Number 15. And can we not love the like black and yellow? This is totally my vibe. Sweet little picnic area with the umbrella, which I am definitely going to be utilizing. Okay. All right. And here oh my goodness, isn't this just, as my friend Jammerel would say, isn't this just everything? It is So stinking cute. We've got the way life should be. Yes. We've got a little kitchenette over here. Okay, I guess I'm giving you a tour right now. Okay, so it does have, you know, a little kitchenette, a little pantry here. Oh, with lots of cooking supplies, even plates and bowls. Ooh, and little seaside curtains there. They even have little towels. We've got a refrigerator here, TV and microwave, a little coffee maker, thank you Jesus. A little oven even. I'm gonna be using my Instant Pot, but still. A sweet little table, and can we like, I just can't even get over all the nautical vibes here. Thank you. Adorable. Adorable. Everything is just, I tell you what, you can tell a millennial designed this, for one. They designed it, and the girl who owns this is about my age, so a millennial, and clearly kicking butt and taking names. We have an air conditioner. It is very hot, so this is going on right now and these windows are getting closed. But look at this adorable place. Hello, look at the hair. That tells you how crazy it is. What is this, a closet? Let's see. Yes, yes, we've got a little closet. And then a beautiful bathroom. This, oh my goodness. And with the nautical lights, this place is just Miss Myers. This place is perfection in all the ways. All the ways, all the ways. And I am so grateful to have this time. Oh, and they even have shampoo and conditioner in the black finishes. This, oh my goodness. Look at that. This is just perfection. I can't even. Love it. Okay, so we're in. Time to get unpacked and settled. So first thing is first, I do need to get food taken care of. I am going to try and not eat out as much as possible, just for budget and all the things, and trying to keep me inside here because I rented the place for this place, right? You know what I mean? Like, you ever rent somewhere and then like you don't even spend any time there, so you're like, oh, why did I pick this super cute place? Listen, I picked this super cute place for a reason. I have things I need to work on while I'm here. I need vibes that I need while I'm here. So we need to stay in here as much as possible, other than going down to the beach, which is on the docket for today as well. Like, actually going down to the beach and sitting there. But we need to get things put away. I just started dumping things on that bed since it's just me in here. Maybe my sister will come and spend the night. I don't know, but since it's just me in here for now, I've got all my stuff on that bed. Plan to sleep on that bed next to the air conditioner. And yeah, let's get this Instant Pot plugged in. I think I'm going to have to move the coffee pot. I traveled with everything right in my Instant Pot in attempts to keep everything cool. I just kind of use it like a cooler. So I've got some hummus here. I've already put my creamer in the fridge. We've got a little bag of lettuce, a cucumber. Pop those in there. Brought some vegan dill dressing. This one I got, where did I get this? Oh, Trader Joe's. It's kind of like a ranch, but not. I do have some coconut and chia seed pudding for in the morning. They do not have a breakfast here, so I will either be going back to Chase's Daily, or I'll just have that. Maybe I'll have that one of the days. Okay, and then, oh, these are still very much frozen, but I brought 6 chicken thighs, so that's great. I'm glad those are still frozen. The cauliflower actually isn't too bad. I'm gonna popping it into the freezer section of that little the little refrigerator. But you know what I didn't consider? They don't have scissors. That's okay. We will make do. Okay, so we are going to slide this puppy over a little bit. Oh, I don't even think I'm gonna have to unplug the coffee maker, because there's a thing right here. Okay. Perfect. Perfection. Let's find knives. Yes, thank you so much. This is a little bit overkill, but okay, you know. There we go. Just gonna pop the chicken thighs right into the pressure cooker. And I plan for this to serve me while I'm here, really. I mean, there's 6 in there. Maybe I'll have 6 meals, you know what I mean? Let's see. We have, oh, here's a cup with our cute little logo. Look at that. Isn't that adorable? And that's in the blue. I'm telling you, it's got to be a millennial. Got to be a millennial. I'm pretty sure this girl that checked me in, she's about my age. Pretty sure she's the one that owns this whole joint. Like, the branding screams millennial, okay? And I'm here for it. I am here for it. Okay, we're gonna put that to the side. And I did bring my own coffee creamer so I can make myself coffee in the morning. So I've got 6 chicken thighs in there, and I'm gonna do this Bayou Cajun seasoning. I chose this because I knew I was gonna want some flavor. This has salt and pepper already in it, so it's a one and done. This is the only seasoning that I have. So I'm just gonna throw this on top. Season the heck out of it, okay? I've got a cup of water in there. Pop it on. That's it. Perfect. Now I'll put this away. So I love that they have this book. It's in, I'm guessing it's in every cottage, and this is for this particular cottage. People left notes in here about how they enjoyed their stay, what they did, like just love letters to the owners and to future occupants of this particular cottage. And I think that's so sweet. Okay, so we're running into a bit of a problem. A little bit of a lack of outlets. So the working table that I have here is right here, and I have big plans for it. And there's no outlet around the table. So, yeah. Let's see what we can find. None over there. This could be a problem. Okay, so I found what I needed, and it was just because it was more high-tech than what I was looking for. This little bedside clock has 2 of these receivers and then USB. So we're just going to let things charge for a bit and going to let the Instant Pot do its thing. And either I'm going to start over here with some books and some water, or we're going to take a trip down to the ocean. Let me know in the comments, which do you think it's going to be, okay? Are we choosing to do the thing? Are we choosing to, we're going to throw in like take a nap or rest time as an option? Or are we going to head down to the beach? Let me know what you think is happening next in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So yes, I ended up down at the beach. I mean, that was honestly part of the reason for booking this place. Not only was it to get work done and to have a beautiful area where I could film some videos for my workshop or webinar, but I also really miss the ocean. I grew up in southern Maine, and so going to the ocean was a pretty consistent and regular part of my childhood. It's honestly where I went as a teenager when things were rough and I needed that solitude and needed that connection with God. And then also, I was in the Coast Guard, and as was my husband, and so we really do have a deep connection to water and to waves and to the ocean in general, whether it's here on the shore or out to sea. There's just a part of us that really misses it, because now we live in the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains in Maine. So we are inland. We are very much inland. We're actually within an hour of the White Mountains in New Hampshire. So for us to get to the ocean now, it takes at least 2 hours for us to drive over there. So our kids aren't getting access to the ocean in the same way that we did. They don't have the same love for the ocean like we do. But it's something that I hadn't been to actually in years. I had not been to the ocean, and my husband loves lakes and ponds and things like that. But for me, it's the ocean. It's the ocean or nothing. I mean, I do like lakes, but for me to have the connection moment that I really needed, and to kind of like breathe a sigh of relief and just letting go of some things and having my moment of connection, I felt like I was holding back a lot of things, and I needed that time in those moments with God to just kind of connect a bit and kind of pour my heart over to Him and try and just leave it at the shore. Just all the things that I'm carrying and thinking and facing, just leaving those at the shore and being able to move on. After this, my sister got out of work and she actually lives in the Belfast area, and so she came and met me, and we actually spent a long weekend together exploring Belfast, Acadia, and Booth Bay. Oh yeah.
You can actually, so last week, I didn't go, I wanted to, they had a dance party on that lower bridge, the whole bridge, there's just people just dancing.
That's hilarious. Okay, so I am out with my sister, and we just went and grabbed drinks in Belfast, and turned out we didn't really like the restaurant that we were staying at. So we just heard some music, and now we're following the music. And of course, where there's music, there's food trucks. So let's go see what we found. A random gathering of people and music. So yes, it seemed random to us, but it is a Music by the Bay thing that they do, I believe, every Thursday night during the summer, or at least that's how it was this summer. And so we checked that out for a little bit, and then we went to this Dos Gatos Mexican restaurant. And oh my gosh, the amount of cats, the branding around Belfast is amazing. We loved these neon signs and everything in this restaurant dedicated to cats. So as you can see, I got a taco dish, and oh my gosh, it was amazing, super filling. I even had some left over for the next day. A little expensive, but worth it. And so this is the next morning, getting coffee ready, working around that Instant Pot. I decided to start warming it up because I kind of thought I was going to be eating that for breakfast before I decided to go out and actually find some real breakfast, but I knew it needed to get warmed up for the lunch ahead. And we had a fantastic night as sisters. My sister stayed over with me. She only lives about a half hour or so away from this lodge, this cottage, and so she ended up just spending the night, and we had a wonderful sister, talk and just things that we don't get to talk about very often. She's got a busy life, I've got a busy life, and so it was just really nice to be able to make this time together and share this experience together. She loves living up here. She's relatively new to the community, to this area, but she has really made it her home and made this experience her own. So it was just super nice to, again, explore things with her and learn more about the area that she's, making this next part of her life. And it was just great. Let me just encourage you that if you don't get along with your siblings when you're younger, there's hope for when you're older. Good morning, friends. Well, we had a sister sleepover, and so that was fun, and exactly what I needed. Sometimes you just need time with your big sister, right? Today is all about work. Today is all about work and prayer and getting down to the beach and having some more time on the beach, and maybe even working on the beach. I feel like it might be a bad idea bringing my laptop down to the beach, but yeah, we'll see. First things first, though, coffee. As much as I keep trying to give it up, I have found that with everything else that I'm trying to do right now, just like in life. Oh, are there any spoons? There they are. I was like, there's got to be spoons. They've thought of everything here. with everything else going on in life, everything else I'm either trying to work through or think about, you know, even just trying to do keto, things like that. Coffee's not one of the things that I can give up just yet. So we're just gonna keep doing the dairy-free coffee. I say that, but this is my first cup of coffee. This is gonna be like my general cup of coffee. And then I think we're gonna go back to, we as in you and I, are gonna go back to Chase's Daily, which is a super cute farm-to-table restaurant that I went to yesterday for lunch. And they have amazing honey vanilla latte. And when I tell you that this was like one of the best coffee drinks I've ever had, it is one of the best coffee drinks I've ever had. The honey in the foam was amazing. Though I am realizing, I am pretty sure they're a vegetarian establishment. They are a bunch of farmers. They have a farm. Everything there is literally farm to table. Like, they are their brand for sure. But I need some meat. So I'm gonna have to do a quick search and see where else I could go to get breakfast. And then maybe I'll go and do Chase's for like a mid-morning latte. They're only 6 minutes away, so. Alright, I'm gonna head to the table right here, drink this coffee, map out our plan for the day, maybe do something with my hair, because it's given all the beach vibes, but also like girl hasn't brushed her hair vibes. So, alright, coffee. First coffee. Okay, so update. We're not going to Chase's Daily because they don't have protein. They don't have meat there. It is a vegetarian farm-to-table restaurant, which I thought yesterday when I went in and ate there, but then confirmed on their website this morning as I was looking at it. So we're going to go to another place called The Hoot. And I haven't been here before. I did check out the menu a bit. So there are some protein options. Let's go there and check it out. It's another beautiful farm-to-table style restaurant, and that's like my heart. Okay, let's go. This was a super cute place. I actually passed it because it's right on the main road, a very small off-ramp area to get to this place, but super cute. I can only imagine that when it's, you know, flowers are blooming, that this is just a gorgeous place to come have a nightcap or, you know, dinner with friends or what have you. Absolutely stunning location and really beautiful restaurant inside and out. The food was phenomenal. Service, I felt like, I don't know, it felt weird. Like, clearly I was a tourist. They weren't the nicest, but the food definitely made up for it. It was one of the best breakfasts I've ever had. Okay, for real, how cute is this pool area? Isn't the branding just on point? I mean, I'm a businesswoman. It feels weird to say that, but I am. And I can appreciate branding done right. Even the floaties have just adorable little lemons and yellow stripes. Like, it's all just perfection. We've got these umbrellas here. I'm gonna sit here, get some planning and work done, and take a dip in the hot tub as time allows. Okay, friends, and this is why we love leftovers. So last night, my sister treated us to dinner, and lunch today is the leftovers. So I get to enjoy Dos Gatos tacos for a second day in a row, and some chips. So I will not complain about that. I did take a dip in the pool and the hot tub a little bit ago. I've been editing some photos. I did photos for my son's basketball team, the other day, and it was like sports action type of photos. So I've never actually done that before. But let's just say by the end of 2 games, I have probably close to 500 photos. So I've been sitting on the bed here, and in spurts, I have edited photos and then uploaded some, went to the beach for about an hour, came back, and then it was almost done, and started the next round, and then went to the pool in the hot tub and did that for a little bit, and then took a shower because I was like, you know what? It's time. And not gonna lie, I've got probably another hour before it's done uploading. Everything's edited. I just need to like upload the things, and so it's working on that. But I've got another hour, so I'm like, okay, time for lunch, and I might even take a nap. I know, I might get wild and crazy. I'm supposed to hear from the Lord while I'm on this trip. I'm praying that I get some clarification on some things. But it is biblical to eat and take a nap. So I think that maybe that's what we're going to do next. Whew, okay, I just fell asleep. Ended up taking a nap, and it was one of those naps where you wake up and was pretty sure I missed the bus, and it was the 1900s. So that gives you some reference. But looks like we've got some dark clouds rolling in, and they're rolling in quickly too. I've been looking out the window the past couple minutes, and yeah, wind is kicking up. I think we're going to be getting some rain. So I don't think I'm going to be going line dancing today. I was looking forward to going line dancing with my sister tonight. That was kind of like the activity if I got done the things I needed to get done. However, especially with the nap, things I needed to get done didn't fully get done. And I have to make sure that I am making the most of my time here from a business perspective. So, and I'm like all disoriented. I'm disoriented and like kind of car sick feeling from that nap. So, and the pictures that I'm trying to edit still have not finished. So I'm trying to like wrap up one thing, which is like, that one's not even business related. I'm having a little bit of a personal meltdown now. So, all that to say, I'll be spending the rest of my time here in the cabin. Hopefully tonight, I can kind of stay up late, do the things, because I'm a night owl. I'm going to stay up late, do the things, get work done, and then tomorrow, maybe before I check out, I'll be able to film some videos, because I really would like to film some videos for my new course here, because I love this as a backdrop. But either way, I have to check out of here by 11 tomorrow. And then I am staying another night. Thank you, Jesus, and thank you to my husband. So I have to check out of here at 11 and then check into the hotel across the street at 4. So I've got 5-ish hours there that I'm going to have to fill. So we may be going on a little bit of a road trip tomorrow, or I'm going to find a place to sit that's got Wi-Fi that I can continue doing the work. Some sort of cafe, something. But yeah, we'll see. Okay, we're at the point in the trip where we need to actually eat the food that we brought and, that we planned. I made this chicken yesterday with the intent of having it last night for dinner, and then my sister very graciously took us out to dinner. And then this morning, I went and got breakfast. I do have some leftover breakfast. I only ate about half of that skillet, and so I am doing my best to save the rest of that skillet for tomorrow morning. So this is how we're making the whole budgeting thing work, right? Okay, so I paid for one breakfast and stretching that 2 days. Now, today for lunch, I had the rest of my leftovers from last night's dinner. So now is actually my first time having what I actually brought and intended to eat. So yeah, this is going to be lunch tonight, or not lunch tonight, dinner tonight, possibly lunch tomorrow if I had to guess. Oh, maybe not, because of the timing. So I'm gonna have to think about that. I do have coffee going again because I'm gonna need it. I might even, there's a TV up here, I might even put the TV on for a little bit and just try and zone out. That midday nap really messed me up. I'm gonna be honest. Okay, so we've got chicken. I've got one of those chicken thighs that I made in the Instant Pot last night. The rest of them are in the fridge, so I still have 5 more. Got half of a cucumber and a couple spoonfuls of hummus. That's gonna be dinner tonight. And then, because I can't leave well enough alone, we went to the Belfast Community Co-op to check out what they have for local good eats. Okay, so just left the store, and this is not going to make it back to my little cottage. You know, I don't want it to melt on the way, so yay. Okay, clearly I got, okay, at the grocery store. That was a farm co-op grocery store, so they did have other items in that grocery store as well, like more kind of like mainstream items, you know, like tortilla chips and, you know, all those kinds of things. But there's a heavy focus on supporting local at the Belfast Co-op. So there were tons of products just from all around Maine, New England, and, you know, what's more fun than being a tourist in your own state? So I definitely, you know, got way more than I needed to, for one. And I mean, let's be real, I didn't need to get anything, but I'm happy to support local. And yes, prices are definitely a bit more expensive at this store, but it's going back into farmers' pockets and small business owners' pockets in the direct community. So I'm all for that. That is one of my, like, core beliefs. Could just be because my parents are farmers too. So I have a soft spot for farmers and all that they do. So first thing I got was this Natalie's tangerine juice. I don't think this is from Maine, but it looked good nonetheless. I love tangerine. I love like real orange juice. One of my best memories is being in Haiti and having fresh squeezed orange juice. It was just the absolute best. I got this sauce, what is it? Sauce and Destroy. Okay, their marketing was on point. I'll pop a picture up of their label on the screen, the little placard that they had. And yeah, reading that, I was like, yeah, all right, we'll give it a whirl. So my plan is tomorrow, using the chicken thighs that I have, and I'm going to make some pasta. This is pasta from Maine, made right here in Maine. Actually, it's made over by me, I believe. So this is, I'm going to make that, and I'm going to add in the chicken, the sauce, and I got some goat cheese. Oh, I was going to add this into it, but blueberry honey goat cheese in a pasta dish, probably not the thing. But we did get this. This is going to be paired with this for some snackage. So probably tomorrow's snackage. Oh, but I did get bacon. We got some uncured maple bacon. So I do plan before I leave tomorrow, I'll have to eat like an early lunch. So I'll cook up some bacon in here. Or maybe I'll save it for tomorrow's dinner at my new place. That might be a better idea. And then a little case of Bixby salted caramel chocolates. I was definitely having a sweet tooth when I was there. Some bodacious black raspberry ice cream. This is from the ice cream lady in Brooklyn, Maine. So shout out to her. Get it, girl. All right. And then we've got some organic wild blueberries. And you can tell that they're wild because look how teeny tiny. That's how wild Maine blueberries actually look. They're not huge, and they're so much sweeter. So good. So good. Then we've got some Mom's Munchies chocolate truffle cakes. These are gluten-free, dairy-free, and plant-based, made with cashew butter, coconut oil, and dark chocolate ganache. I am all about finding sweet treats that are dairy-free and things like that because I have a hard time tolerating dairy. That ice cream sandwich that I had on the way home was amazing. That was completely vegan. So good. So good. And then I saw this as I was leaving. Cup of the Sea. Or Cup of Sea. It is a tea and it's made out of seaweed from Maine. Like dehydrated and obviously, cleaned and all that. And this one, it has such a great, I love the back. I'm going to show you that. And it says it has a low seaweed taste. You can pause this and read the back. It's worth reading. So cute. I love tea. I love tea. And I have a really hard time finding ones that I actually like. So I'm very excited to give that a shot. And then we've got this Legally Addicted churro. So these are little crackers. They're cookies made from graham crackers and toffee and chocolate and sea salt and cinnamon and sugar. So it says part cracker, all cookie. So I'm gonna have to, just take one out and, oh, you know what this looks like? They're super smart because this is like super low overhead as far as cost of ingredients and, how you're making things and whatnot. I grew up eating something like this, but it was with saltines. So saltines, and then you'd have a caramel and a chocolate and sometimes some nuts or something on top. My mom used to make it all the time. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. That is good. Smart of them to do graham crackers. That definitely takes it to a whole nother level. And then I did get some elderberry tea. I know we're going to be heading into sickness season before too long. If I can have some elderberry help, that would be great. And then this one is another chai tea. I have a chai tea at home right now that I like. So what I meant by another chai was another tea of the same company, but this one's chai. So I have a chai tea at home that I do like, but if I can find one that is more of a small business, local, that type of deal, I'd rather support them. And then just got myself a little treat of Olipop. And then something similar to Aussie Pop. This is called Fizzy and Gutsy, a probiotic soda. This one is strawberry rhubarb. So I'll have one today, one tomorrow, and or maybe one Sunday on my ride home. Okay, so that's what I got at the co-op. Sun is setting on day 2 of my momcation, my workcation, and I can honestly say that I feel a bit less stressed just in general already. So I definitely recommend this type of thing for any moms out there. I'm so grateful for my husband for giving me even another day to just take some time. So, like I said, sun is setting. The temperature outside is getting pretty nice. So it's kind of muggy, like just because we're on the ocean. But I'm going to head outside and I think have some quiet time or maybe do some computer work outside and just enjoy being outside. All right, good morning, friends. It is checkout day for hotel number 1 and I just made myself some coffee. So the plan for right now is I'm heating up leftovers from breakfast yesterday. We're going to have the rest of that skillet for breakfast. I need to do some dishes there, get that tidied up. Excuse me, and start. Coffee hasn't kicked in. Start moving things out to the car. And I do plan, I was up late last night, and I do have some plans for content. I have some plans for working on my webinar, and I have been doing a little bit of short form content this morning as well, because I want to make sure that I get every inch of this beautiful cottage and have content to share down the road.
When I catch myself on the wayside, only takes one look into your eyes, and I won't be the same. You light it all up.
Well, this is the cutest. This is such a cool little drying rack. I just started looking around because I was like, they've got to have a sponge. Like they have everything else. Yeah, this is super cool. Has a little spout here. Has places in here for cups. Like, how adorable. And I'm just going to prop it like that. This place has everything, I tell you. All right. Want to get these dishes done so we can get things packed up. See if I can remember that my food is in the microwave. So don't let that sit too long.
Wanna give you all my midnights, every high, every low, all of my time. Nothing can make me change until you called my name. You set it all on fire. I'm not the same tonight. I hear you call me higher. You turn my dark to light. Didn't wanna let it go, but you just make it easy. So when I'm with you, I know I'm good as gold. You
Okay, so dishes are caught up, and I'm going to get my breakfast out of the microwave. And the Instant Pot worked as a great little cooler on the way up with my frozen chicken. So today I have about 5 hours in between checking into hotels. So anything that's in the fridge, I'm going to pack into that Instant Pot. And there is an ice box here that we can just go get ice. No big deal. And so I'm actually going to add some ice into the Instant Pot as well. It's all packaged stuff. Not a big deal if things get wet or whatever. So that is the plan. That way things stay nice and cool while it's in my car this afternoon while I'm out and about with my sister. We're still not sure what it is that we're going to do today. We've got thrift stores that we can go to. What else was there? The Penobscot Observatory, I believe it was. And the Lost Kitchen, if you have Magnolia Network on Food Network, like on that app, there is the Lost Kitchen, and she has a beautiful, like, fancy schmancy restaurant here in Maine. That's by reservation only. We're not going to be able to get in there, but she has a farmer's market at her place, and there's like a shop there as well. And it's on my bucket list. And yes, I've lost a couple nails over the night. Maybe we'll get that fixed. Probably not. But yeah, so those are potential plans. Let's see how the day unfolds.
Here we go again. You think by now I know better. Locked in my head, romanticizing forever.
Okay, so I just finished up my first webinar, which I am stoked about. Like, super excited to have done the thing, right? But I gotta be out of here in 15 minutes. So what I'm doing right now is packing up. Okay. I used this, I think I told you guys earlier, I used this Instant Pot as a cooler on my way up here, and so I'm trying to use it as a cooler again. I'm not going to be able to fit all the things though. I thought I was going to be able to, but I don't think I can. Let's see. Okay. I'm literally taking things out of the fridge and just stuffing them in here. And so the idea was that I would fill the empty space with ice, but I don't think that's gonna happen. All right, the ice cream certainly needs to go in here. I think I can probably keep the chia seeds out. Okay. Just gonna, I guess that's how we're gonna do it, folks. All right. Then I've got other things like maybe I might be able to get this lettuce in there with the top on. Okay. Not going to be able to save my gelatinous chicken broth. I don't want it sitting out in the sun, so I wouldn't feel safe eating it after that, I guess is my point. Sad day. Thank you, chicken broth. Thank you for your sacrifice. Okay. Alright, so now I'm going to start bringing things out to the car. My sister should be here soon. Well, let's give the hair a little bit of a spray. That is not a hairspray. It's not a hairspray. It's setting stuff. Tell me you're not a fancy girl without telling me you're not a fancy girl, because I saw this and I was like, oh yeah, that's hairspray, because that looks like the hairspray container I have. It's not. Okay. 10 minutes. Let's get out. All right, so we have arrived at house number 2, and let me show you the selling point, the selling feature of this cottage. Okay, we'll start with the best part first. Look at that view. Sad I'm only here for a night, but we'll enjoy it. So then we come in, and this one is definitely a different style, much more quaint. It's definitely more like grandma's cottage. You know, like stereotypical Maine grandma cottage, but it's adorable, super clean. Got the pedestal sink. Hello. Little medicine cabinet, lights, fresh linens, and they let us in early. My sister's with me again. We're gonna hang out today. I'm gonna take you along with me. Oh, that is a large shower. Fantastic. Super nice. I guess I could have waited to shave my legs and have done it on the seat, but was not expecting to get in here until 4, and they said, oh, it's ready now if you want to go. And I said, yes, I have food that needs to go into a fridge. This, I believe, is just a closet, if I had to guess. Yep, little closet. AC in here. I love those cute little coastal lamps. The bedding, adorable. So it's just a king bed, but plenty. We've even got a ceiling fan in here. May open up the windows later because hopefully we'll get a sea breeze coming out. Cute little breakfast table. And then over here is the kitchen. There is a little TV and little dresser there, but we've got the little kitchenette, which maybe that's the next sign of adulting, is that I look for places that have a kitchenette. That's like, even if I had all my kids with me, that like this would be a must and this would be fine. So I don't know. I feel like I've reached the next level of adulting by looking, like, requiring a place that has a kitchenette. Maybe that's, yeah. All right, I'm gonna get unloaded real quick, and then my sister and I have a full day packed of adventure. Okay, this is the first place we are stopping on our adventure because, you know, can't do an adventure without coffee. So this is a place my sister had heard of, and it's a local hotspot for sure, but definitely a tourist area. These owners, super nice, and they're from another country. I can't remember if they're from Canada or from Germany, but either way, and I know that's a huge difference, but they're not natives here, but their place was absolutely amazing. I mean, look at all of the, again, local artwork, local artisans. They also had a poodle outside, a poodle mix that was so incredibly sweet. Came up to us to say hello. We talked with the husband of this place for a while. Just really, really nice folks, and delicious coffee, and their food looked amazing as well. All right, and we've got our coffee. I got a salted caramel, no, what was it? Salted caramelita is what it's called. Look at all the caramel on the bottom. Not keto friendly. Okay, next stop on our little road trip here is we are going to be going to the Penobscot Overlook. And here is the scenic view. So right over here is where we're going. And it is the largest or the tallest in the U.S. Possibly, I think it's my sister said it's one of 4, she thinks, in the world. History on it, not quite clear. But we're gonna go up this super tall thing. Looks like maybe it won't move. I'm a bit afraid of heights. We've got a beautiful look here at the river. I think they need to do some trimming on the trees because there's just a beautiful look of trees there. Okay, so that's what it looks like from our point of view over here right now. And then we're gonna go up there. Sidebar, this is opposite of where we're at, the scenic overlook. Can you imagine living up there and having this view of the river and the bay at your disposal every single day? That would just be crazy. Okay, here we are, up close and personal. And way up there is where we're going. First we gotta go down there. Thankfully, it's an elevator ride. So we spent a ton of time here at the Penobscot Observatory, and it is a really cool place. This is the tallest in the world, which was really interesting. And clearly this is a touristy spot, native spot, just a fun spot to go to in general. Definitely a place I would like to bring the kids. This was a great homeschooling opportunity. As you can see, there's lots of information around the observatory, about the observatory. And then we were able to see a tanker come through as well. And we were up here just admiring the view and looking at the landscape for long enough so that we saw the tanker actually go under and come out the other side and go to get docked on the other side. So that was fun as well. Just beautiful views. I mean, at that previous clip, I wasn't even up here for it. This is the very top here, and they do have placards all around in this upper portion that show you exactly what it is that you're looking at. And so my sister was able to show me, oh, I live over there, and we were just looking at other areas according to these maps, and there's history and information on the placards. There's a compass rose up here on the floor. It was just a really beautiful area, and I mean, I'm afraid of heights, so I was nervous going up, but this does not wiggle in the least, and it was pretty windy too. So there's no movement. It's super safe. You take an elevator up, elevator down. They only allow a certain number of people up there at a time, mostly just because it's so small. It's just a very, small area, as you saw. But it was great to see, again, this tanker and the tugs come through. Our dad used to work on a tugboat, and so that was a little nostalgic for us. So we just enjoyed watching that happen and sending him pictures and just kind of chatting about all the things and looking at this beautiful state that we live in, taking the time to just appreciate it. And anytime I get to look at the water, I'm a happy girl. Okay, next on our stop is another thrift store, another Goodwill. We are in Bar Harbor. We're technically in Ellsworth. So we're going to go in and hope that there's some richy rich stuff that we can get super cheap. Goodwill is really hit or miss in the state of Maine. I feel like we're such a low income state as it is. We really have two very wildly different types of people that live here. We have, like I said, we're a pretty low income state in general. And then we also have the outer staters that come and, are building mansions and dropping loads of cash. So in these higher income towns, usually you'll find some better quality items at a Goodwill, though there are people actually in this area who are making businesses of coming to Goodwill and finding those pieces and then reselling them on Instagram, which is really interesting. I wish I had room because this would be fantastic. Looking for one for the kids. And I was able to find Apples to Apples, which I was pretty excited about. We still have yet to play this with my kids, but I did buy it because I've heard that kids would absolutely love this game. So checked out a few things here. I think that Apples to Apples, and there may be one other thing that we actually left with, but otherwise it was just kind of a fun way to burn some time. Supposedly you need to come first thing in the morning. That's when all the good stuff is out there, and kind of get a first dibs on things, especially for areas like this where it's a lot of rich folks that are donating their items. Okay, so does this give flashbacks to anyone, or is it just me and my sister? These were our plates growing up. Like, this is my childhood on a plate right here. What, at our grandmother's house or at our house? Our house. Yeah. So, peek into our childhood right there. So the next thing we did is we went to Bar Harbor. And so this is a beautiful town up by Acadia. It's very touristy, though surprisingly, I have actually never been here before. So for the amount of years that I have actually lived in Maine, I've never come here before. So it was fun to get to explore it. And as I've been saying this whole video, get to be a tourist in your own state because you'll surprise yourself. There's all kinds of restaurants and shops and Maine's oldest bookstore, which was super cool. Didn't know about that. But they have all kinds of shops, and they do shut down in the winter. So really they've got about, 6 to 8 months that they're kind of pulling out all the stops here, and these store owners, restaurant owners are making the majority of their money. I mean, people will come up here to go skiing and things like that, but definitely summer is the, more trafficked time. I loved all these murals in here, so I wanted to take a quick spin of that. They have beautiful places outside to eat. They had live music going on here. I loved all the ivy climbing all over the walls there. And then the different restaurants that they had were just awesome. Maine Chick. It was all chicken restaurant. all like Chick-fil-A essentially, but Maine Chick. And oh my gosh, I saw some of these adorable little kid clothes. I was like, man, I wish mine were a little like this again. But we were looking for this restaurant here. We were looking for this Route 66 restaurant. My sister had heard about it. She'd been wanting to go to it. So I said, all right, well, let's find it. And it was down this little alley, very like Louisiana style, where there's someone just kind of like standing at the end of the alley and asking you if you want to see. It was pretty cool. So as you can see, lots of things in here to look at. I remember saying to my sister, my kids would get an absolute hoot out of this. They had quite the large list of dishes that you could get, dinner, dessert, all the things. Great drink options, from a lavender lemonade to other drinks, but we just spent so much time looking around this restaurant at just the different items. I love that it was in like an old church, all that stained glass. Super cool. But I couldn't help but also think, who is dusting all of this? Because it was really well taken care of, but you know they've got someone in there that must be dusting this place all the time. But all the knickknacks, and you know there definitely were some breakable things in here, but I mean you could just spend hours in here just looking around, constantly finding something new. I appreciated every little detail of this place. Oh, I got a fried shrimp po' boy. Wow, was it good. I don't even think I was able to finish it. It was so big. The fries, my sister had a burger. She had one of those lavender lemonades. And then afterwards, we just kept walking around Bar Harbor and enjoying the oceanic view there. This area here, when it's low tide, there's actually a sandbar that you can walk from this side of the mainland over to the island. You can drive cars over it, you can walk over it, but there's very clear signs that say you need to get back before the tide comes in, because if the Coast Guard or the harbor master has to go get you, you face a very large fine for getting stuck on the island on the other side. So just really interesting. And a word to the wise. And of course we saw these beautiful flowers. The landscaping in Bar Harbor is just stunning. Absolutely stunning. I loved the dahlias, the lavender, everything was just absolutely gorgeous. And there is a path that goes along the Bar Harbor Inn, which is a super fancy inn, very expensive, very posh, very chic. Again, love the landscaping. We were just in awe of all the flowers. Going up to Bar Harbor to look at flowers. But this, I did do some research on Bar Harbor Inn, and oh my goodness, it is booked out like a year in advance. Pretty expensive to go to. My sister made a joke. She's like, even the squirrels here look expensive. Because it is definitely a tourist area and one for majority of out-of-staters. They have boats, as you can see there. There's lots of yachts that come in and out of here. They have boats that they do boat tours, and I was like, my husband and I could do that. We were both in the Coast Guard. We could run a ship. We could move up here and run a ship for 6 months and, cook fancy food, serve them fancy food, and take them on joy rides through the bay. Why not? We could do that. So, maybe in our next life we'll save up the money and buy a boat and sail it around Bar Harbor for 6 months out of the year. Oh, good morning, friends. It is another beautiful day. We've got a few hours before I need to check out and head home. So we are gonna head and get some coffee and breakfast at the only place that is actually open right now in Belfast. So we're gonna go to Tracy's Diner, and I did see that they have sourdough, so that's good. I did not sleep at all. I have not been sleeping on this vacation, so it's been a little rough. So we need the coffee. But let me show you the beautiful morning we've woken up to. It's gonna be low tide in just an hour, or it could be low tide right now, I guess. But regardless, it's still quite low, and it's not super hot. Sun hasn't burned off yet. So that'll be our next stop. Well, breakfast was pretty good. I definitely didn't finish all that I had there, but I didn't bother taking it with me since I was going home this day. So our next stop was the beach. I had to leave at about 11 or a little bit before that, I think. It was, right around checkout time. But I needed to get home because I had to bring my kids to camp for their week-long getaway. So my sister and I spent some time down at the water here, which was beautifully clear, was really refreshing, not super cold, which usually a Maine ocean is pretty cold, but this is like a little bay inlet area, so the water wasn't as cold as it would be if you were going like right to the Atlantic. Does that make sense? So we looked around here for some sea glass, and we did find a good amount of sea glass. I was pretty stoked about that. I've never done it before. My sister collects some. She collects sea glass and seashells and things like that. So I collected a few unique colors and pieces and ended up giving them to one of my sons who also likes to collect things and likes unique finds like sea glass. And he thought it was pretty cool when I told him that his auntie and I were looking for sea glass together and found some pieces for him. So he was happy, I was happy, everyone was happy. Okay, it's time to go. Time to pack up and head home, get kids to camp. I can't wait to come back to the ocean again. Thanks for coming to hang out with me this week. I hope you enjoyed exploring Belfast, Bar Harbor, Acadia, the ocean here in Maine, and just all the things Maine has to offer. And I hope you visit soon. All right, we'll see you in the next video. Bye.